Two people post the same video on the same day. One gets 400 views. The other gets 4 million. People call it luck. It is not luck. There is an actual machine underneath it, and once you can see it, everything about growing a channel starts to make sense. Part 1. The myth. Before we talk about how it works, we have to kill the two ideas that keep people stuck. The first myth is that your follower count decides your reach. It does not. A channel with 40,000 subscribers can post and get 400 views, while a brand new account with 0 can hit 1 million overnight. Subscribers are a trophy for work you already did. They are not a switch that forces the feed to show your next video. The feed decides that fresh every single time. The second myth is that it is all random. It feels random because you cannot see the test happening. But the same handful of signals decide almost every video, and they are completely learnable. So forget luck and forget your subscriber count. The real question the machine is asking is much simpler and much more brutal. Part 2. The test. This is the part almost nobody understands, and it is where most videos quietly die. When you post, the algorithm does not blast your video to the whole world. That would be expensive and stupid. Instead, it does something much smarter. It quietly shows your video to a small test group. A few hundred people, mostly strangers, not your loyal fans. And then it watches exactly what those people do. The very first thing it measures is the opening. In the first 2 seconds, did they stay or did they swipe away? That single decision, multiplied across the whole test group, is pass or fail. Most videos die right here, in the first 2 seconds, in front of an audience of a few hundred people you will never even know existed. Not because the idea was bad, but because the opening gave them a reason to leave. If the test group swipes away fast, the algorithm concludes nobody wants this, and it stops showing it. No second push. That is why a great video with a weak first line goes nowhere. But if the test group stays, something wonderful happens. The algorithm hands you a bigger test group, then a bigger one. Each round you pass, the audience roughly multiplies. Part 3. The signals. So what exactly is it grading you on inside that test? There are 4 things that matter, and they are not the ones people obsess over. Signal 1, and the most important by a mile, is watch time. Not views. Watch time. What percentage of the video did people actually sit through before they left? If people watch to the very end, the algorithm reads that as a strong, satisfying video and pushes it hard. On short form, a video people rewatch on a loop is the single most powerful thing you can make. Signal 2 is shares. When someone sends your video to a friend in a private message, that is the strongest compliment the machine can measure. One share is worth far more than a dozen likes. A like costs nothing and means almost nothing. A share means someone was willing to spend their own reputation to put your video in front of a person they care about. That is the gold. Signal 3 is comments. A comment means the video pulled a real reaction out of someone. And a video that makes people argue in the replies is a video the feed will happily keep serving. Signal 4 is whether people come back for more of you afterward. If one video sends viewers to your profile and into a second and third video, the algorithm learns your whole channel is worth promoting, not just one clip. Part 4. The snowball. This is where it gets exciting and also where it gets dangerous. Every test group you pass, the next one gets bigger. A few hundred becomes a few thousand. A few thousand becomes 100,000. Pass enough rounds in a row, and that is what going viral actually is. It is just winning the same small test over and over. And a real hit does not just help that one video. It teaches the algorithm who your audience is, so your very next upload starts with a warmer, smarter test group. Wins compound. Here is the dangerous part. The feed has no loyalty and a short memory. Take a couple of weeks off, and it forgets what it learned. Your next test group goes cold again, and you are rebuilding from close to 0. This is the real reason creators feel like they can never stop. It is not vanity. Every break literally hands back the momentum they spent months earning. The machine only remembers you while you keep feeding it, which flips into good news. Because if consistency is what keeps the machine warm, then simply showing up more often than the people around you is a genuine, unfair advantage. Part 5. So what do you actually do with all of this? Here is the whole playbook, and it is shorter than you would think. 1. Obsess over your opening. Rewrite your first line 5 times. Start in the middle of the action. If the first 2 seconds are weak, nothing else you did will ever get seen. 2. Pick one clear lane and stay in it. Every video on the same topic teaches the algorithm exactly who to show you to. Post about everything, and it can never figure you out. 3. Post more than feels comfortable. 30 decent videos beat one perfect one, because each upload is another free test and another batch of data. Perfect is just a nicer word for scared. 4. End on something they can argue with, so they comment. Make something worth sending to a friend, so they share. Design for the signals the machine actually rewards, not the vanity ones. Win the opening, own one lane, post relentlessly, and build for shares and comments. Do that, and you stop begging the algorithm for luck. You start handing it exactly the signals it was hunting for the whole time. It was never luck. It was signals, and signals can be learned, practiced, and beaten. The creators who blow up are not chosen. They just figured out the test before everyone else did. If this made the machine make sense, follow for more. It is all drawn badly on purpose. Thanks for watching.